don't six. I'm a wild bitch, suck a mean dick. You mad cause your pussy ain't fat like this. And your man ate your pussy like chicken nugget.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of GaysideStories with Trillificent. All LGBT all the time. Well, some of the time, most of the time, whatever. We here to have a good time. And to help me this week have a good time, I have with me, you guys know her, you've heard her on the show before. Special guest, VIP, please introduce yourself.
Hi, it's me, Sawngbyrd 28.
Back again. Back again.
For the entire show this time.
The whole show. I'm not treating her like a red-headed stepchild anymore, y'all. She is getting the whole shebang.
I have earned an entire show.
You deserve.
Yeah.
And I think we teased this the last time we did the segment, but in case you guys could not tell by the title of this episode, this is going to be an entire episode of DASSA MAN.
All the fine men.
We are going to spend the majority of the episode standing for just some fine ass individual. Now, granted, disclaimer before we get started, just because we do this segment and we highlight fine men are still trash, all right? Be not deceived. Men are still trash.
Let that be known.
This is just a little slice of whatever you want to call it. And
we gonna call it, these niggas is fine, and we ain't heard no raggedy shit about them yet.
Right, because we did have some on the list that we had to X out after some foolishness.
Child.
We looking at you, Jason Momoa.
Don't remind me.
Anyway, so we're still going to do the regular segments, but the quote-unquote main topic will be the standing for these men that have not been problematic to our knowledge. Although somebody on your list said something real stupid recently.
Yeah, he did. Trust me, I'm ready.
All right, good. So it's gonna be a little fluff and a little drag. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get started. First up, the School and Life segment. So, quick reminder, the School and Life segment is something that helped you get through the week, or maybe it could be something that you're looking forward to that's getting you through the weeks, i.e. vacation, Christmas coming up, whatever the case may be. So, Songbird, I'm going to let you go first. What's your School and Life for this week?
Well, for this week, because it's only Wednesday, can I say that? And this has been a long ass week already.
We're recording on a Wednesday, y'all. Going up on a Wednesday.
So for this week, I'm going to say my School and Life has been amazing sex.
Okay, so, come on, men are trash, but not this one that's piping me down. Yes, I'm here for it. Listen, I am here for my friends having amazing sex, especially the women, because y'all have it hard out here, because these niggas really are trash. Men are trash. So if you happen to be a woman that's out here and you are getting that monkey wrenched properly, I applaud you. I salute you. I congratulate you.
The operative word would be properly. Because some of y'all getting your monkey wrenched, but it ain't getting wrenched properly.
Ain't no grease.
I'm talking about the kind that makes you forget about the fact that your week has been a ball of shitty fire.
Right.
Every time it happens. So, I said if you're going to be stressed the fuck out, at least be getting stretched the fuck out.
That's it. Hashtag.
That's it.
Put that on a shirt. I'm with it. Okay, so my School of Life for this week it's one of those silver lining type situations. So I'm calling it that I was blessed to be able to afford it. So my vehicle and I were at odds, and I go out to work the other day, and my tire, I didn't see it in the dark because I go to work very, very early before the sun comes up, and I get in and I start driving, and I'm like, wait a minute, something in the milk ain't clean. The axis is off. And I was like, well, okay, it'll be all right. Let me just go to work, and on my way home, I'll take care of it.
Right.
But I pulled out of my apartment complex and got on the road and put a little speed to it. And I was like, oh, no, bitch, I'm not about to put my motherfucking life in jeopardy. So I hit that real cute U-turn and went home.
Not the cute U-turn.
Real cute, all right? I had to keep it cute because I was not trying to die for no fucked up tire.
No.
Came home, got online, looked for a new tire because by this time I looked and the pressure sensors were like, bitch, we done told you that this tire is out of air. And I was like, okay, but you tell me that all the time.
Right.
And a lot of times it's not true. Or it'll be barely below what the sensor says it should be. And you lighten up my dashboard like it's motherfucking Christmas.
Okay, because let me tell you how, since I bought my car in March, that shit has never gone off. And I have put air in every tire, and it'll go off for a day, and the next day we right back at it. So
right. So yeah, yes. They can be very sensitive depending on the car and everything. But when the sun came up a little bit, and I looked, and I said, "Oh no, tire was on flat." I could see the white threads that like hold the tire together. I was like, what the fuck happened to this tire? I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bitch, did you run off the road? Like, what the fuck? So I go inside, I look up tires and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, these tires are expensive, but I mean, I need it because I can't get from A to B without my car. You know, and I can't take the bus to where I works or anything. Not that I was trying to anyway. So I went up to the tire place and had to get a new tire. And then, of course, here they come. Oh, well, you need an alignment because that was part of the reason why your tire got ate up. And I'm like, bitch, fine, whatever. So hundreds of dollars later, I was back on the road and everything is like brand new vehicle, like when I just bought it. It's used. I mean, I ain't rich. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
But when I got it, it rode like new, and so now it's riding like new again. And so that's my student life. I was blessed to be able to afford it. Like I did not stress about how am I going to be able to afford this.
Right.
You know, who can I hit up for a loan or something like that. So I was very, very happy that I was able to just give them my debit card. I mean, I didn't like the shit. When I put my chip in there, I was like, God damn, money gone. When I saw that total. And then silver lining, the guy at the tire place that was helping me was cute, and he had a nice booty in his slacks. So, you know, we take our wins where we can.
Definitely.
So that's going to wrap up that segment. We're going to fast forward right on through the Come Quick segment.
I'm gonna come, sir.
Oh, yeah. First up, let's talk Christmas music because it is holiday season and I don't really fuck with the holidays, but here we are. So I'm going to ask you.
Wonderful time of the year.
Girl, fuck that shit. So I'm going to ask you, what are your top 3 Christmas songs?
So I have a genuine love for all things Christmas. Like, it is my favorite time of year. The decorations, the lights, the food, the music, everything. I just love it. So this was a very hard question for me. But I've narrowed it down to 3.
Okay.
And the first one is... And a lot of people don't never know what the hell I'm talking about. But it's called South Soul Orchestra. And the song is called Merry Christmas All. So if you get a chance, Spotify it, and you'll see why I love the hell out of that song. And then, of course, This Christmas by Donny Hathaway. Who don't love that song?
Classic.
It ain't Christmas until you hear that. So... And then my final one is Someday at Christmas. And I like Stevie Wonder's version, but I like the Vibes too. So
Okay. Got it. All right. My top 3, I'm going to agree with you on This Christmas, although there are a couple of different variations that I like, but I still feel like the Donny Hathaway version is top. when it comes to this Christmas. Like, I need to hear that version at some point.
Definitely.
Second is Silent Night by the Temptations.
Definitely.
That is just a staple. I feel like that song just reminds me of whatever. Yuletide, peppermint sticks and eggnog, all that white shit. That song just, puts me in that mood. You know what I mean? Like, it's a white Christmas when I hear Silent Night. All those vocals and the high notes, like, they gave it to you, okay?
They gave you everything.
They gave you everything you needed and more.
Yes, they did.
And my last, I mean, there are a lot more, but just for the purpose of this, my last one is "Oh Holy Night" by Mariah Carey, sang back in the Gap.
Yeah.
When she was on them stages, leaving it all on the stage. All right.
You know who else tore that up?
Who?
SWV. Well, Coco, because we know.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But she wore me thin when I first heard that. And I just heard that a couple years ago.
Yeah, me too. Because I had never heard their Christmas album. I had forgotten they had one.
Exactly.
But yeah,
I didn't
you're right.
know.
You're right. So, speaking of Mariah Carey and Christmas songs, for any of you listening to this that were like, all I want for Christmas is you, wasn't in your top 3. Hell no, I hate that fucking song. I hate that song. Now, I only just heard it in like 2015. I don't know how all these years I had never heard that song, but it came up because, that song is like the #1 Christmas song of all time.
I don't know how.
And every year when Christmas time comes around, like right around Thanksgiving, it ekes its way back on the charts every year.
It is in every damn store you go in.
And maybe I had been hearing it, but I don't really pay attention to the music in the stores. So I don't think I ever knew that was her because I only heard bits. But when I sat down finally, Twitter was talking about it. I want to say this was 2015. And I said, let me sit down and listen to this song because it's Mariah Carey.
Right.
Everybody and their mama goes up for this song. It can't be that bad. I listened to that song. I was mad as hell. I was like, this song is boo-boo. This song is garbage. This song needs to be
very bubblegum, like.
Yeah. Just, it wasn't what I needed.
No.
And it won't ever be what I need. If that's your shit, then get up and shake your reindeer ass and do whatever it is that you do when that song comes on. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sit there with the bah humbug face because I don't like that fucking song.
No, right? I'm not crazy about it either. But Tamar had a good ass Christmas album.
Huh.
Tamar gave you some liquor drinking Christmas music.
Maybe I can get with that because Tamar is. You know what? We'll save that for another episode.
Okay.
I
wasn't trying to cause you no kind of stress.
No, it's not. So it's just me and I'm at odds with Tamar. I don't know what it is.
I don't really have we have a love-hate relationship. I'll say that. Okay,
love and war. You sure right, bitch.
Yeah.
You called that because that's how I feel when I be listening to your music. Anyway, speaking of things that I hate, this is a public service announcement. All right, friends. So listen up and have a list ready of people that you want to share this PSA with. All right, stay with me. For about 90% of the population, colored contacts are not your friends. All right. And I'm going to up that statistic to about 98% if you are black. All right. I have a severe displeasure in logging into Facebook and mostly Instagram and seeing my brethren in the community, in the LGBT community, with these colored contacts. You are black. You are brown. You are black. You might even be light skinned. But what you do not have are purple eyes.
No.
I need you to stop. You are black. If you are as black as me, you are not going to have crystal clear blue eyes. That does not look good. You are not a vampire. No. This is not Underworld. We are not about to go fight the Lycans with Celine. I need you to stop playing these games. Okay? You need to understand these color contacts. They make you look crazy. They make you look untrustworthy. They make you look like you are going to try to clone my debit card and then go on a $200 date.
Oh my God.
I need y'all to stop this madness. It does not look good. If you are going to wear color contacts, at least wear a color that complements your skin tone. And most of the time, the color contacts, they look artificial because they're artificial, but they look it. Which I guess is the difference between if you have some good ones or some cheap ones. But I don't want to see young black gay boys out here with no purple fucking eyes. I don't want to see that. Yeah. It does not look good. And I want y'all to win. I want you to look your best. And these color contacts are not it.
Yeah, my little cousin used to wear them purple Jones, and I used to be like, girl, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Like, unless you are putting these contacts in and you can see through fucking walls like Superman, what is the point? What is the point? I don't get it. What is the point of having purple eyes?
And where do they get them? Are they buying these at the hair supply, like the beauty supply? Because I don't understand you purchasing nothing for $3.99 and literally putting it in your eye.
Right.
That's kind of scary to me. But shout out to Snapchat, because they be making me want to get some color contacts, but only like hazel or gray.
And that's what I was. Okay, gray is pushing it. Because I was just about to say, because some of you girls think you eking up under the radar with them gray contacts, and I'm here to tell you, there's only a select few that can pull those off. All right, but if you're going to get at least get color contacts that complement your skin tone
and that look natural, and that came from a certified contact place. Like, don't buy your contacts out of the beauty supply.
Right.
It shouldn't be at the counter next to eyelashes and weave glue. Just don't do that.
Right. And don't do yourself the disservice of picking up all three. If you see those grouped together, that is a plot against you. Those people do not want to see you win. They don't want to see you happy. They want to see you out here looking the fucking fool. All right. Don't fall for it.
No.
And that's all I have to say about that. These color contacts, they hurt my heart every time I see them. And I'm looking and I'm like, so how do you think you look good with ice blue eyes, sir? Even if you are light skinned. Like, no. They're
trying to become a White Walker for the Game of Thrones, you know.
You need to walk your ass to that bathroom and take that bullshit out. That's what you need to do. Shit. I'm sick of these games, all right?
You are about as fed up with that as I am with these crunchy wigs. But let's just keep it moving. We can
listen, because that'll be a whole another 10-minute rant about these crunchy ass fucking panko breadcrumb ass wigs.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so let's get into the good shit. So
yes,
that's a man.
A man.
Let's get into it. So I think, how about you go first? Who's your first pick? So we're going to do about, 10? Because we have 5 each.
Yes.
So let's hear, who's your first pick?
Well, I'm going to go with André 3000 first, because I was forced to watch Four Brothers in the middle of the night last night, and I forgot he was even in that movie, and he was even fine in that damn movie.
I liked it. I liked him in that movie. I was about to say I liked that movie, and that would have been a smooth lie.
Yeah.
But
no, that movie was not my favorite. As I said, I was forced. I didn't. It wasn't my choice. But he was nice to look at, and he is nice to look at. And my mom calls him 6,000. André 6,000. And I constantly correct her, and she constantly lets me know that he's too fine to just be 3,000.
Okay, Mom. Okay.
Exactly. So he is 42 years old. He is a Gemini. We just gonna pray about that.
No, what you not gonna do on this show? Right? What you not gonna do? Because I'll disconnect this call. All right. Don't play yourself. All right. Okay.
I'm sorry, but we know how
y'all don't know. It's a common misconception. All right. 9 times out of 10, if you have had bad dealings with a Gemini, that means you fucked up.
Oh, Good Lord.
Anyway, 42 years old.
He's 42 years old. We are the same age. And he's from Atlanta. He's 5'10". He's not that tall.
He's only 5'10"? I thought he
He's
was
only
like 6'2".
Nope, he is 5'10".
I guess that makes sense because Big Boy is short.
Right. He is short, actually.
Big Boy can't be but 5'7". He got to be.
Yeah, he is only 5'10". And you know, everybody knows he's half of the rap duo Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
Erykah Badu's baby daddy, one of.
The first, I think.
How many does she have? This ain't about Badu.
I was going to say, we don't need to do that.
No.
Shout out to her.
Right, because she had him, child. And I just know that was some sex I would watch. But anyway. So everybody knows he was in Four Brothers. He was in Idlewild, which is my mom's favorite movie.
I love that movie.
He was in Fracture also. I vaguely remember him being in there. And Scary Movie 4.
Okay.
But I think my favorite role of his was American Crime. I loved him in that role. He did such a good job on that show. Did you watch that show?
No. Is it which one is American Crime? Is that the one that Regina King was in?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't.
And then in his season, she was his wife.
Go ahead, Regina.
Yeah, that was a good season. And that show was excellent. It was very well done, but he acted his ass off in that show.
Okay.
And you know what I do with Andre 3000? I don't have any capacity to hold a child in my womb anymore, but I would try. I would go rummage through the garbage to find my raggedy uterus.
Bitches be like, "Nah, girl, you ain't using it. Just punt that on over here. All right, I got a man that I need to do some things with. All right, I get it."
I would find mine and shove it back up there just so we could even pretend that I was going to carry his child, because that is a fine man.
So, when I was younger, I didn't really find Andre 3000 attractive. I was just like, okay, it's Andre 3000. Let me hear the music and let me see what he wearing. See if he got one of them wigs on again. But as I got older and as he got older, I was like, okay, this is an attractive. Like, he's handsome.
Yeah.
I think it started when I saw the Hey Ya video.
Right.
And I was like, oh, well, look at him without his shirt on. I'm like, okay, he's kind of thin, but that's okay. Like, you know, he has like big, broad lips. And I said, okay, I think I can. I'm starting to figure it out, because I know I had friends that were like, oh, I had such a crush on him, and I used to be like, bitch, why? But as I got older and my taste got more refined, right, I get it. I absolutely get it. And I think another thing that makes him attractive is that he's so humble. Yes. He's so humble. Like, coming out recently saying that he felt like Big Boy was the better rapper of the two of them. And he just feels like he's scared to come out with anything because he feels like the magic has gone. Like, people are not checking for him. And it's like, first of all, you're wrong on both accounts. Although I never really saw it as he was a better rapper. Big Boy was a better rapper, or he was a better rapper. I always looked at it as Andre was a better lyricist. Like, what he said had more substance. Yeah, but Big Boy has the delivery. Right. And
it kind of reminds me of Phife and Q-Tip.
Right.
Like, that's the best way I can compare it. Because Q-Tip was just poetic, and it was fluid, and you just wanted to hear him say some more shit. Whereas Phife was raw and rugged with it. And I feel like that's the same dynamic they have.
Right. Because as they were honing their craft, you know, and Big Boy started adding speed to it. Yeah. And you know, he was on his Twister shit, and Andre was keeping it thoughtful and everything. And I thought it was a good balance. So, good pick. Shout out to you, Andre 3000 or Andre 6000, because you're too fine.
My mama said he's too fine.
All right.
3000.
Go ahead on, mama. Mamas be knowing. Well, some of them. Cause anyway, we need to do that. So my first pick for my list is Dylan McDermott. So my list, I switched it up a little bit. I feel like my list has not been that diverse. And I think going forward, actually, well, I'll get into that later. So my first pick is Dylan McDermott. So Dylan McDermott is a white man, in case anybody is wondering why you don't recognize the name. He's 56 years old, 6 feet tall. His real name is Mark Anthony McDermott, but he took the name Dylan in honor of his stepmother's unborn child. She lost the child due to a miscarriage. She was going to name him Dylan, and so Mark Anthony took the name Dylan as his acting name.
Okay.
You might know him from just a little small lawyer show called The Practice that was on ABC forever and a day ago. And it was on forever and a day. Like, The Practice was on forever. You might also more recently recognize him from American Horror Story, Murder House, and Asylum. Those are the first 2 seasons of American Horror Story. He was also in the movie Olympus Has Fallen. He's been in various movies and TV shows. He's been in theater. All kinds of good stuff. So why him, you ask? So I just feel like Dylan McDermott is just a good looking white man. Like, he has one of those very stern faces, but it's well put together, if that makes any kind of sense.
It's very clean and very
right. He's clean cut, but in a dirty kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not bubblegum clean cut, but he doesn't have a lot of facial hair. He keeps his hair pretty trim and everything. But there's just something gritty about him. And I don't know if it's the roles that I've seen him in, because he always seems to be playing a real rich, heavy, gritty role. Especially, I've been watching movies on Netflix for the past, like, just randomly watching movies. And I've come across like 2 or 3 movies that he's been in the past 2 years that are on Netflix. And it's just something about him. He has a very pleasing face to me. And what would I do? Let me tell y'all something. I would gladly star an American Homo Story, the My Vistas Chronicles. Okay? Like, that's a white man that I could get in. Like, we can swirl this shit up, all right?
Oh, my God.
Let me be clear. All right? Dylan McDermott is a fine older white man. I'm here for it. And him.
I agree. Great choice. If it's going to be a white man, that's a good one for it to be.
If you got to go white, make sure it's right.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of right, who's your second choice?
So next, I'm going to go with Lance Gross's stupid ass.
Oh shit! I wasn't even thinking about him when I said somebody that said something stupid recently, but shit.
Oh, who was you talking about?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So first up, Lance Gross, dumbass.
He's the dumbass.
Beautiful, but dumb.
Gorgeous, but dumb. Fucking stupid, and that's seems to be the theme.
Yeah.
Especially with younger Hollywood. Like, I don't know what's wrong with him. But
my thing is, he's not that young. He got to be like 36. My age. Yeah, he's older than me. He ain't that damn young.
Yeah, and anyway. He's a cancer, so yeah.
Well, I don't know much about
his birthday's 5 days after mine, so.
Okay.
And we can be a lot, so I get it. But, you know, he had a little meltdown the other day because apparently he shaved his facial hair. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was for a role. Yeah, it was. Because
I follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
And I saw it on Instagram before it hit Twitter.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, he looks different. To me, he didn't look bad. I think it just came across like he was not feeling confident, and it came across in the picture. And so, of course, people are going to have jokes if they used to seeing you with the goatee, right, and then you cut it off and you look a whole different person. Right. And he couldn't handle anyway.
So I didn't see it, but I saw the aftermath of everybody commenting on it from his comment of, you know, women got so much to say about men when they shave their facial hair. Let's post a picture without enhancements, which he spelled that wrong.
And I was like, oh.
And I'm just like, oh, God. Like you got to build up your skin a little bit. I know social media can be a lot, when you got 100,000 of people coming at you at the same time.
Right.
I get it.
But my thing with that was, you're not going to convince me that you shaved off your facial hair for a role and nobody in your personal circle roasted you.
Right.
I refuse to believe that. You came on
Right.
the internet because you, again, like I said, to me, it just came across as he was not feeling confident because he didn't think he looked his best. He put that shit on the internet expecting everybody to be like, you still look good. You still my chocolate boo. Come on,
Right.
Mr. Good Bar. And everybody was like, bitch, you look a fool. Which
Right,
they
and
were
that's-
over exaggerating
I
because
didn't look
jokes over
because
facts.
he was so upset. I was like, I don't even want to look because I know me. So
And
he
I didn't-
already upset. Let me leave it alone.
Maybe it's just me. I didn't think he looked that bad. He just looked different, and it's jarring because
Yeah.
facial hair. I mean, I don't know what it is, what's in the water, but facial hair did not look the way it does now on men. It, to me anyway, it just looks different. Like there were a few men back in the Gap who had a nice mustache, look cat daddy shit, and you'd be like, all right, that is attractive. But for the most part, like now, I mean, you know, we got all these oils and berries and all this stuff. You know, if you take care of it, the shit is luxurious. If you really take care of your shit, you can have waves in your beard. So I get it.
Yes.
I get it, but I didn't think it looked that bad, and I certainly didn't think he needed to take it to the extreme that he did. He went full Hotep, and I'm like, God damn it. Why do y'all like to disappoint us? Ugh.
That's what I'm like.
And I'm like, you got a whole
finish writing
wife.
your ass up on my list.
Yeah.
And here you go.
You got a whole wife and a daughter, and this is what you say? Anyway.
Right.
So let's pretend that he did not say what he
let's
said.
act like that never happened.
Let's just drool over him as a piece of meat rather than his whole person. That sounds terrible, but you know, this is what we have to do. Okay.
Oh, I said he was 36. So yeah, he's a Cancer. He's 6 feet tall. He's from Oakland, California. He isn't married. They do have a daughter. And he doesn't have a lot of roles. He hasn't had a lot of roles. He hasn't been in a lot of movies. I was shocked.
No, he really hasn't.
He has not.
Like, he's a household name, but he hasn't been in a lot of stuff.
I feel like he's a household name because of all the Tyler Perry fuckery that he's been in. Because you know.
What has he been in from Tyler Perry?
He was in a lot of Tyler Perry shit.
Oh,
I didn't even write it down.
I don't even pay attention to what Tyler Perry does outside of the plays.
That's where he got his break.
Oh, I haven't seen him in any. I don't know. You know, tell him.
Now I can't think of what the hell the movie was.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Meet the Browns? I don't know. But he was also in When Love Kills, the Felicia Blakely story. That just came out, I think, recently.
Okay.
Maybe sometime last year. And, well, maybe it was earlier this year. He's starring in Grey's Anatomy. He had a role on there. He was starring on Sleepy Hollow because I was a Sleepy Hollow fan. He was the police FBI something on that show.
They really gave Sleepy Hollow
he's
a
been
raw
in
deal.
Star, which I haven't watched on Fox.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't watched that either.
He's just chocolate and fine. Like, he's so dumb, but
he really is. I saw him on. It was an ABC show, I think. And I don't remember what it was called. It was one of those short-lived shows, and I remember being excited for it because I was like, "Oh, okay, Lance Gross is in a starring role.
Right,
this is good." But then it turned out that it was. I want to say it was one of those things where they changed the cast every season, or I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to be on it, but then his character got. I don't know what happened with that, but it was a cop show. I remember that, and
wait, the one with Nia Long?
No. I think it was like the other star was a white lady. I wanted maybe like Gillian Anderson or something. I don't remember.
I vaguely know. Unless I'm confusing that with Sleepy Hollow, I know what you're talking about.
No, it definitely wasn't Sleepy Hollow. It was definitely an ABC show. I just don't remember what it was called. And I remember it stood out to me also at the time because, if I'm not mistaken, Tom from Scandal was in it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was called. And then the other thing, I think an interesting fact, I don't know if it's true, but I think I read somewhere that he was like in the running to be considered for the role of Luke Cage.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how that would work because
That would not have worked.
he's not. I mean, he's 6 feet tall. That's fine, but he doesn't. To me, he doesn't have the build.
No,
And
and
even
he
if
doesn't give me, fighter superhero at all.
yeah. Even if he had worked out and put on some muscle, he still would have been, I feel, pretty lean for a Luke Cage.
Yeah, it would have took a lot for him to build up to that.
Yeah, I don't know
That
if he could have
wouldn't
pulled that off. I don't think the look
Bless
would have
his
been
heart.
right. But I agree. Like, he is. One thing I really appreciate about Lance Gross is that he's a darker skinned man.
Yes.
And as a darker skinned man myself, we don't always get to see nice representations of ourselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, you think dark skin and immediately people start bringing up Seal and
Yes.
fucking Wesley Snipes and shit like that. And you're like,
And
bitch.
Flavor Flav and stupid shit.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
it's like all the ugly niggas. And it's like, okay, but some of us are attractive. Like, don't do this. So I appreciate that. I think he's cute. I think he has, he has a nice little body.
Too. His daughter is adorable.
Yeah. I mean, and now that I think about it with his family, wasn't it Lance Gross that got into some hot water because they had that little joke and it was like everybody was it was like a bunch of men with their light-skinned wives, and then they had one friend that wasn't light-skinned and she was single, and I don't know, they made this big deal about it. I don't know if it was as big of a deal as people were making it,
Right.
but it did look kind of trash. And it's usually situations like that. The situation is one thing, but it's usually the defense that makes it look the worst. But
Right.
we're pretending that he's not problematic for the sake of this show. Like, problematic or not, that face could still get rolled, all right?
Yes, it could.
Yeah.
Yes, it could.
Indeed. Okay, my turn. Next up, ooh, yes. This motherfucker here. you know when you come across somebody and you think about it and it's like, this motherfucker has been fine my entire fucking life.
Facts.
So, Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
Oh, that is literally, Michael J. White has been fine for as long as I can remember. All the way back to Spawn and whatever he did before Spawn. Like, he has always been fine. So
He is fine.
Michael he's 50 years old. He's 6'1". He's known for his muscular build. He's a martial artist, an actor, a stuntman, a director. Like, he's out here doing it. And it's so funny because I don't feel like he is the type that you would think would do all of that stuff. It's like, okay, you can kickbox or whatever, but I feel like his career has been very diverse. So, speaking of, you might know him from Spawn, like I said, way back in the Gap. One of the first superhero movies, I think, outside of like Batman and Superman, those types.
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh yeah, that's an old movie. He was in it. Teresa Randall played his wife. John Leguizamo was in it playing a demon. It was a hot mess, but it was one of those movies. And when I was looking at the facts for him, I want to say he was supposed to be in something else, but they pulled him because they wanted him to be Spawn. And I don't know if they thought that was going to spawn like a what do they call it? Like a series of movies or whatever. But I feel like that could have been a possibility, but Spawn was a little bit too cheesy. Although, I don't know, because there's a lot of shitty ass movies out here that's 5 parts.
Listen.
Looking at you, Sharknado.
Listen. What the fuck is, you know what?
We don't need to do that. So, know him from Spawn. He was in Why Did I Get Married and Why Did I Get Married Too?
Yeah,
he was playing Tasha Smith's husband. He was in a show called For Better or Worse. I think that was a Tyler Perry show.
Yes, it was.
And he was in
actually a spinoff of the Tyler Perry movie.
Oh, I didn't know
Why
that.
Did I Get Married? So yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
Yep.
So, shout out to Tyler Perry for getting this man checked so that we could keep seeing his fine ass. Mm-hmm. And he was also in Black Dynamite, the movie, and then there was a cartoon show on Adult Swim that he did the voice for with Kim Whitley and a couple of other of our treasured black actors. So why him?
Well,
What
why
kind of
not?
question is that? Have you
Okay.
seen that man's face? Have you seen that man's body? That voice?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Michael J. White is the kind of fine that you would let him use you and abuse you from Monday to Sunday. All right? That is the kind of man that you let choke and stroke you from Uranus and back. You understand?
My God.
That is the kind of man that you don't mind throwing out your knees and getting on top for. All right? Amen.
Bless it.
Bless it. And he just, it's something about him. He just looks very aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like a real controlled aggressive.
Right.
It's
Like,
like,
not a, oh my God, is this nigga about to snap my neck?
no, not special forces aggressive. That's different. That's you might be in danger, girl. I'm talking about that's the kind that's like he make you beg for him to manhandle you a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's real smooth and real sexy. You know, he got that real grovelly voice. Ooh, let me tell you something. Put me in a chokehold, daddy. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, let's volley it back to you before my loins get all out of whack.
So we're going to keep it in that shade of complexion and go with Omari Hardwick. Because I've been waiting all since we started to get to this.
Okay. Omari is, yes. Yes, give us the rundown.
Omari Hardwick. I could call him something else, but it would be a lie because I think his nudes leaked, and we know he's not really working with much, but he's still fine as hell.
Aww.
I know.
Omari small dick? Aww.
Yeah. It's not a big one at all.
Oh, he another
But
Michael.
he's
He
very
not
nice
Michael.
to look like he's great to look at. He looks great in a suit. Like they dress him
Listen,
so
you
well
talking
on
about a
Power.
motherfucker that can hang a suit?
Listen,
Oh.
a suit and a good coat over top of it, and he just and then walk. He is very sexy.
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely.
43. He was born in Savannah, Georgia, but he grew up in Decatur. I don't know enough about Georgia or Atlanta or none of that to know if that's good or bad.
Right.
I have no clue.
Right.
He's 5'10". He's another short one.
That's not short. I'm 5'10".
But that is short. I'm 5'5.5". So
Girl, no, you short. 5'10" is not short. Girl, get out of here. Is he taller than you? Is he taller than you?
He's taller than me.
Shit.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
he's definitely like his. I mean, he's what I like to call lean fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's different kinds of fine because you got your regular fine, then you got your muscular fine like Michael J. White, and then you have your lean fine where it's like he's not big muscular, but he is muscular. He's just lean with it, and it looks good on him. Yeah. I agree.
He looks good in his clothes, even on his Instagram, like in his regular street clothes. He looks good.
Oh yeah,
he just has that kind of body.
Yeah,
and he is married to Jennifer Fulch, which that is the whitest last name I have ever heard in my life.
She could have changed that.
Like what? I'm not going to comment on his wife because
I have no idea what she looks like.
And we all know him from Power. He was also in Being Mary Jane, which I did not watch. I don't like Gabrielle Union at all.
Oh.
So I never watched the show.
I mean, I never watched it either, so.
He was in For Colored Girls, which I vaguely remember that movie. I definitely saw it, but I don't know if he was like the crazy baby daddy or what was going on, or he was the baby daddy. But I think Idris Elba was the baby daddy. You didn't see For Colored Girls?
No,
I'm tripping. That's Daddy's little girl.
oh, girl, you way off.
Tyler Perry do too much. For Colored Girls was the movie with Janet Jackson, and that was a good movie. That was like atypical of what you expect Tyler Perry movies to be. That was a good movie.
Okay, you talking about?
And then he was in Sparkle. He played Levi, which I love that movie. I wasn't thrilled about the remake, but I tolerated it because of Whitney Houston. We went to see it, and he did a good job as Levi. Like, Sparkle is one of those movies that I have stand for since I was a little kid. So he was fine as hell in that movie too. And
he been fine since he was on that bus in that Floetry
right.
video. All you got to do is say yes, and I would have said hell yes.
Yes, exactly. I would have been trying to hump his leg in high school.
Come on.
So why him goes without saying. Like, we have all watched Power, and when he gets that angry face, I'll be like, yes, God, get angry.
Sin.
When he gets that vicious, angry face, I just be like, oh my goodness. Be mad at me.
You want to talk about a panty dropper.
Listen.
All right.
And I just honestly would like to watch him do things. Like, he's so fine, you don't even want to touch him. I just want to watch him. Like, on some real stalky creeper type shit.
Oh,
just like, watch him lay there and sleep.
Girl. Girl, wait a minute. You know what? You are shady as fuck. Do you know how shady you are?
How?
Because you said that he ain't got much meat in his meat packing district, so you have elected to watch him do regular everyday shit because his dick not that big.
Yes.
You ain't shit.
Absolutely.
You ain't
I'm so
shit.
glad that you got me.
You ain't shit. I just put that together. I'm like, wait a minute. What you mean you want to watch him sleep? You ain't shit.
Listen, I'm at a point in my life where I can't do nothing with no lackluster penis anymore. But
well, the way my boudoir activities are set up, small dick or not, we can do some things. All right. Because I done seen you can bend it right on over. I mean, you like I said, he's lean. But that don't shit. Listen, he you know what? His face, he looks like he has a fantastic old face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He has the kind of old face, and he's like, how are you still beautiful even during this?
Yes. Yes. And he got a nice mouth and everything.
Yeah.
So I probably would let him, you know.
Oh, yeah. Let him munch you at least. Because he look like he's good at it. I mean, if his dick is small, like you said, then he probably is very good at it.
Yeah, he could definitely do that because he got the right mouth for it.
He has the right. And imagine him munching and licking and he has that look in his eyes.
Yes, Lord.
Bitch, you be done drowned his ass. Hallelujah. Baptize him in the lake of your Minnetonka. Indeed. Indeed. So, next up for moi, Adam Rodriguez.
Hold on.
So, who was Adam Rodriguez, you might be asking? First off, he's 42 years old, 6 feet tall, from NYC. He is Puerto Rican and Cuban, and he is like a whole meal. He ain't even a snack. He is so fucking fine. So you probably will know him from CSI Miami. He played Eric something on CSI Miami. He was the, like I said, the Hispanic man, or Puerto Rican and Cuban. Would that make him Latino? Yes. Latino. He was a Latino man with the big lips and the black hair. He was, oh my God, he is so fucking fine. He is also in Magic Mike and Magic Mike XXL. I saw Magic Mike. I didn't see the second one. And, I mean, Magic Mike is what it is. But he is, nice looking. There was a lot of nice looking men. He was in Tyler Perry's I Can Do Bad All By Myself, the film. I don't remember. I don't think I saw that. Because
he was the boyfriend.
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I don't watch Tyler Perry films.
No, I don't blame you.
After that second one, after Medea's family reunion, and all that hollering, and I was like, "Oh, girl." From what I read when I was looking him up, he just joined Criminal Minds because Shamar Moore just left, like the last season, I think he left, and now Adam Rodriguez is playing a character on there. So why him? I mean, if you took the time to Google him the way Sawngbyrd did, as I was talking about him, then you should have the answers to your question. Like, he is cute, tall, and he just there's something about him. He just has like a kind of a swag. And I feel like a bird for even saying that, because this is something that I had an old friend or roommate refer back to an older episode, like episode 12 or something, where I talked about her. And that was her whole thing. If he didn't have swag, she didn't want to deal with him, blah, 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 blah. But it's different when you are looking for swag. Right. Versus someone who just kind of has a swagger about him. Like, there's just something about the way he carries himself. And those lips, let me tell you something.
That's what I'm staring at. His mouth. Oh my goodness.
That is such a pleasing mouth. That's a pleasing mouth that you want to please, and you want to please you.
His smile, his whole, it's all beautiful.
He's the kind of fine that make you just want to puff, puff, puff on his Cuban cigar all the time.
Oh.
He is like, you just want to, I can see it now, like him just sitting in the chair and you going to town on him, and he just looking at you with that look and them big, yes. Oh, he is so fine. He has always been fine.
He's so fine. He looks like he tells the corniest jokes, but you would be falling the fuck out.
Listen, you would be like, hee hee, I ain't wearing no drawers. He is honestly the main reason why I used to watch CSI Miami. I just wanted to see him and to see what stupid thing Horatio would say with them damn glasses. But it was mostly because I wanted to see Eric, aka Adam Rodriguez. I wanted to see him, them lips and that body. Oh, he was he was ridiculously fine. That is a fine Latino man. I'm here for it. So I'm a volleyed girl. Okay.
He is gorgeous.
He really is. He really is. Okay, I'm gonna volley it back to you.
Okay, so my next one is Mahershala Ali.
Yes, God.
This man looks like, and I don't even fucking like coffee, but he just looks like a nice dark cup of coffee. Like some good coffee, some expensive ass coffee, like above Starbucks $40 a cup ass coffee.
That's he the shit is you get from the mountains.
Damn fine.
He is. Another one that can hang a suit.
Definitely.
Oh.
His role in Luke Cage. Oh my God.
Listen. And I had seen him before that in stuff. And I said, okay, this is a handsome man. You know,
right.
And I think what it is that he's not, quote unquote, traditionally handsome. Like,
that's exactly what
a lot of people are like, I don't get it. I don't see it. And it's like, that's fine. But he's like around the way handsome. And that's what I appreciate about him. But when I saw him in Luke Cage,
about him though.
Yes.
It's something
the way he carries himself.
Absolutely.
The way he carries himself is very, very high. You know who he kind of reminds me of, just in not looks, but the way he carries himself? James Earl Jones. Like, there's just something regal about him.
Right. He just commands that respect, and it's just like,
right. But when I saw him in Luke Cage, I was sitting here on my couch, barely able to pay attention to what was going on, because I just kept looking at it like, why is this man so fine? Look at him wearing these little pants, wearing these damn shirts with these vests, wearing these suits. You know, his hair is always cut up crispy. No chicken.
I'm talking about outlined and sparkling. That shit be lit up like a Christmas tree. Like, what kind of moisturizer are you using?
Right. And then on top of all of that, he got the nerve to be talented as hell too.
As hell. Academy Award winning ass fine ass nigga.
Okay, because he was good, and I mean, I liked him in Luke Cage. I've liked him in pretty much everything that I've seen. I liked him in Moonlight.
I didn't even watch that movie. I feel horrible. I need to watch that movie.
I mean, I was late watching it, and you know, so if y'all want to take my gay card, well, you can't listen to this episode and take my gay card. So, good luck. Anyway, Mahershala, tell us more about him.
So he's from Oakland, California. Mm-hmm. He's 6'2". He is married. I didn't bother to gather the name of his wife, but he does have one of those.
Yeah, he just recently had a baby, like this year too, didn't he?
Yeah,
or maybe last year.
And he also has an Academy Award and a SAG Award.
Work.
For Moonlight and Hidden Figures. I completely forgot he was in Hidden Figures, but he was in that movie.
He was fine in that too.
He was fine in that too. Coming to save this woman and her 3 little raggedy children.
Don't call them girls raggedy.
I mean, I don't mean it like that.
Girl.
They wasn't raggedy. I apologize. But you know what I'm saying. Like, he just was there. And she needed that. And it was amazing. Because he is fine as hell.
He really is. Like, he is You know what Mahershala Ali reminds me of? He reminds me of, like, your homeboy or your homegirl's, like, fine uncle.
Yes.
And you be like...
That you can't even get it together when you sitting at they...
Right. And you be like, you are my girl, or you are like a brother to me, but I would fuck the shit out of your uncle.
On this table while y'all all sitting right
while
here.
You videotape it. Whatever, like that. That is absolutely him. Like, he is definitely your friend's fine ass uncle or fine ass older cousin.
You just know he smell good. You just know.
Oh, he look like he's. And let me tell y'all something. When that Calvin Klein ad came out, because we've already talked about Trayvon.
Yeah.
But Mahershala was also serving. He was giving you body. He was giving you everything that you needed. It was so much dark chocolate in that ad. Oh, I need to go back and revisit that. Yes, God. Yeah.
Like, put him under my Christmas tree.
Girl, put him in my Christmas tree. Jingle bells.
Can he just be under my tree?
Can he just
in
be?
Some drawers.
All right.
And go. That's
Listen, I would absolutely let him find my Hidden Figures.
Okay.
Shit. Because that man is fine.
And then hide him and find him again.
Okay, hide and go seek. However often you would like.
Wherever, whenever, however. Listen. He's the fine that, you know, I'm a little averse to being called the B word, even when we fucking. But he probably could get away with it.
Girl, listen. I almost took it there because he's another one that has a very attractive, angry face.
Yes.
And I'm shit. Now listen, y'all know I don't go up for body fluids outside of the main one that comes out of the main stick. But Mahershala is so fine. If that nigga was like, I'm trying to, let me spit in your mouth, I might actually consider it.
Oh my God.
And y'all know how I feel about that shit.
I don't know how we consider that.
I said consider. I didn't say let him do it. But he fine enough that I would consider it. Because he is fine.
He is like fine. That good chocolate that the white people send your office at Christmas time fine.
He is just regular. Like, he is the kind of fine like you would see when you get out of your car and you go into the mini mart to pay for your gas and maybe get a Snickers or whatever because you hungry while wait. And you see him and you just be like, God damn, where this nigga come from? He fine as hell. Like that. He just strikes me as around the way fine. Like, just regular schmegular guy who just happens to be fine as shit. Like, he is that dad that shows up to the PTA and all the teachers and all the mamas are like, whose daddy is that? And is he trying to have another child? Because I am willing and ready and able.
Where your mama at, honey?
Please tell me you ain't got one.
Alone? Because
girl,
I bake cookies and shit.
Right. And I mean, it just goes to show, that's one thing that I like about this segment and now this whole show that we've been doing, is that the men, and I mean people in general, but we're talking about men here, they don't have to be conventionally attractive to be fine. They don't all have to look like Boris Kodjoe or anybody like that in order to be considered fine. And Mahershala is definitely one of them. If you don't get it, that's fine. More for me. I mean, not really, but in a perfect world.
He got me in his role as Remy Danton on House of Cards. When I saw him in that role, I was like, oh shit, who is this nigga?
Yeah, something about him.
And then Luke Cage happened, and I was like, oh, you trying to really solidify the fact that you fine as hell.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm here, and I'm just me. He's another one that's real humble.
Very humble.
From what I've seen. The super talented ones are usually humble. Very humble.
And I appreciate that. Because we got enough arrogant assholes running around.
Yes, God.
We have enough.
We have enough. We have more than... There is a surplus.
More than enough. Absolutely.
Okay. Speaking of surplus, here's a surplus of fine. Next up on my list is Manu Bennett. His real name is Jonathan Manu Bennett. He's 50 years old, 5'11", and he's from New Zealand. I think he was born in New Zealand, but he grew up in Australia. If you do not recognize the name, you might know him from Spartacus. He was Crixus. I really don't need to say any more than that. Like, if you have seen the Spartacus series, Spartacus Blood and Sand, Spartacus Bitches Going Wild, whatever the rest of that shit was called, then you know who I'm talking about. He played Crixus and he was ridiculously fine. The first time I was watching,
is it TV or a movie?
It's a TV series. It was a TV series. It had 4 different parts. That was the one where the lead guy that played Spartacus, he died of he got sick. I think he had like stomach cancer or something. And so the second season they did like a prequel season while he was sick, and they were thinking he was going to get better, but then he ended up dying, so they recast him for the last 2 seasons.
Okay.
But anyway, it's not about the guy that played Spartacus. It's about the guy that played Crixus.
Right.
Ridiculously fine. He looks like he's the color of what, like caramel, like a light caramel, something. He's just fine. He looks, he's like Pacific Islander fine. He was also in the Hobbit trilogy as Azog the Defiler. Now, you wouldn't recognize him in that role because it was a CGI role. He played.
I was about to say, was it like animated?
Yeah, it was animated. He played that white thing with a stick for an arm.
Okay.
Currently, I believe, or very recently, I think he still does. He plays Slade Wilson / Deathstroke on Arrow.
Listen, he looked like he got a Deathstroke on.
Hello. Shit, he can stroke me to death. No.
Okay. I would gladly die from that stroke.
Listen, so why? I mean, first of all, his body is just.
Yes, I'm looking at his chest like.
And if I'm not mistaken, because Spartacus took it there, because Spartacus was on Stars, same channel as Power and whatever other show. And if I'm not mistaken, there was full frontal nudity.
Oh.
So you get to see the whole package, and I don't.
And there's 37 fucking episodes of that shit, so.
Right. I mean, it wasn't.
Definitely be looking that up.
Yeah, it wasn't long. And like I said, it's only 4 seasons, so. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he showed his dick. I mean, he was soft, but whatever. It wasn't micro. Right. So, but that body. There was another movie that I saw him in because I was, I'll be rooting around on Netflix sometimes. He was in a movie called Death Race 2050. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that movie wasn't one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was awful. However, he played the main character. I want to say Frankenstein. I don't know if it's a spinoff from the original Death Race movie or whatever it's supposed to be, but he played that character, and he was wearing like a black leather suit or pleather, whatever that was. It was nice and form-fitting. Like, Listen, I sat there through that whole terrible movie just to see him move around in that damn
in that
leather
outfit.
suit. He would look good as hell.
Looking
Like I was
on
like,
sex.
I was like, man, I didn't even know I was into leather like this. But if you could just stand still and let me just unzip and pull something out,
Yes.
and we can get this cracking. You don't even have to take the rest of it off, okay?
Not pull something out.
Something.
Something.
Yeah.
Just let me pull something out.
And he's another one that has an attractive, angry face.
Yeah.
I don't know what it. Listen, he just.
With both of us with the aggression. I don't know if it's very sexy.
But it's like fake aggression. It's like the look, but not the real. Because, if you come in here too aggressive, then you're going to get throat chopped.
No, because we fighting. Absolutely.
Fighting, all right?
Definitely
I
going to
will
fight.
definitely pull out my power coin, all right? And transform him in this bitch and we can get it cracking. Right? But the look of aggression, that face, that furrow of the brows and the eyes, that's it. That's key. That is
He got
key.
that neck, shoulder, chest combo that's just like...
Absolutely. He thick, muscular. He got that thickness with his musculature. Yes. Listen, let me tell y'all, Manu Bennett is fine as fuck.
Yeah,
Every time I see him pop up in something, I be giddy as hell. You would swear I knew this man and that I've been dicked down on multiple occasions. One can only dream. One can only dream. That is a fine man. He got a nice wingspan. Oh,
yes, that's what I'm saying. Arms do it for me. Arms. I'm highly attracted to sexy arms, and he definitely has them.
He the kind of fine that you put a mirror next to the bed so you can see what it looks like while he's stroking you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his face, like he's very, very handsome with facial hair or without.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Lance Gross. But he is like his face makes you want to become a face riding champion. All right, it makes you want to put in the long, laborious hours to become a champ.
Yes.
You are willing to make that sacrifice.
Inner thigh muscles together so you can just...
Absolutely. And he looks like he could be kinky too. Like I said, the leather thing works for him. I would be like, hey, boo, did you keep that outfit from that terrible ass movie you did? Or do we need to go to the store and get a new one?
Not going to point out that the movie was fucking horrible.
I'm not going to lie to you. You can...
Did you have the outfit?
Let me tell you something. If you feel a way about me calling your movie terrible, take it out on me.
There you go.
Send all your sins all over me, baby.
Oh.
Listen, that man is fine. Anyway, I'm going to volley it back to you before I come out of a bag over here.
Okay, well, my last one, I've been saving him since we started this.
Yes, you have.
For last. Because it don't get no finer than this man right here. And I have been crushing on him since I was at least in high school. But Mr. Denzel Washington.
Oh, man. Now, I'm with you. And Denzel, for the sake of this conversation, is going to be another one where we have to pretend like he didn't just say something stupid.
Yeah.
And...
He did. I forgot all about that shit.
I mean, it's just like built into a nigga's DNA. Like when you reach a certain age, I don't know. Anyway, I'm with you. Give us the rundown.
Okay, so Denzel is now 62 years old, and even though he has completely given into his old manness, because he don't give a fuck no more. Fuck a haircut. I ain't shaving if I don't feel like it. He's still fine as hell. And Denzel has a walk that you ain't mistaken for nobody else. You know that's Denzel Washington when you see him walking down the street. He's 6'1".
Oh, I didn't know he was that tall.
Yeah, and him and Paulette have been married since
Forever.
Jesus was born. And they have 4 children, and his fine ass son is on Ballers. You watch that?
Is Ballers the show with The Rock?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen that. I think when Power comes back around and I renew my subscription, I think I'm gonna binge watch Ballers.
Well, his son, John David Washington, Google that nigga.
Come on, whole name.
He is fucking gorgeous. Paula, he looks just like both of them, but that man is fine as. I was like, God damn. And chocolate and beer, and he got drafted into the NFL. I can't remember what team, but it didn't work out, and now he's pursuing acting like his daddy.
I mean,
So
why
that's
wouldn't
that.
you? The best, you got the
Right.
best coach.
Exactly.
Shit.
Like, you want to act, there's no better coach you're going to get than your father, who has been in every movie ever made since the beginning of time.
Oh.
Okay. You see that? Exactly. Exactly.
Come on with this beard.
He is fucking gorgeous.
This is his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we getting
All of
sidetracked. We getting sidetracked.
All of it.
But I'm here
Okay.
for it. I'm here
Okay.
for it. I need to check this out because he. Oh, he is.
So anyway, Denzel's from Mount Vernon, New York, and that accent tells it all, which is another layer of his sexiness for me. He has a BA from Fordham University.
Come on, educated.
He was in The Preacher's Wife and Glory, The Bone Collector, Training Day, which was a very hard movie for me to watch because I'm not used to seeing Denzel act like that.
I loved it. I loved seeing him just flip it
It
180.
was so hard for me. I struggled. But I was a lot younger than I am now. Probably now I would appreciate it more than I did when I saw it. But I was in that movie theater like, this is like, not Denzel.
Listen, I was here for it. And he was like, my nigga. I was like, yeah. I mean, I was late watching. I'm late watching everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Training Days. Denzel Washington has been in shit in everything. The only motherfucker who has been in more shit than Denzel Washington is Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
Shit. Denzel Washington is in everything.
Every damn thing. His discography, his filmography was so long. I just had to pick the movies that I loved.
Yes, because I love The Bone Collector. Like, I have that in my iTunes on my iPad. Like, when I travel, I will sit there and watch The Bone Collector.
Yes.
And I just recently watched The Equalizer. I like that too.
I love it. And now he's doing The Equalizer too. And he has movies that just came out or is about to come out.
That Roman Esquire. Yeah.
And what else? I loved him in The Preacher's Wife. That's one of my favorite movies too. That whole movie was good. It's just
that movie made me uncomfortable.
Why?
Because it's like this. She was literally a preacher's wife, like in love with an angel. That made me uncomfortable. I mean, I appreciate it because it's Whitney and it's
angels
Denzel.
in heaven is looking like that.
Child, I might leave my husband too. Like, nigga,
I'll have your baby Jesus.
I'll be like, shit. The angels that fine. I'll be looking at my husband like, you better hope you this fine when your ass die. She.
Cause good Lord, like he was
very handsome, like gorgeous. All the way back to what was that movie?
Glory?
No, not Glory. I can't even remember. But he was fine as hell in Malcolm X. I do remember that.
Absolutely, he played the fuck out of that role.
Yeah, that Out of Time movie with what's the lady name? Eva Mendes, I believe is her name.
Out of Time.
And I think Sanaa Lathan was in that too.
Yep.
I love Sanaa Lathan. Oh gosh, she's so fine and just beautiful and just
she is gorgeous, even with a bald head.
Right, she just looked like she smells like Snickerdoodle.
Yes.
And hey, anyway, this is not about her. This is about Denzel.
We should do women next.
You know, we're gonna talk about the plans that I have once we get through the list. So,
okay, so let me tell you, I don't want to have sex with 62-year-old Denzel, but maybe 10 years ago, Denzel, I probably would have rode that thing into the sunset, honey.
I don't know because I don't know. Because
62-year-old Denzel just seems like he don't even give a fuck about sex no more.
No, he don't.
And that would ruin it for me.
He don't give me that impression. He looked like he don't care about the media. But I don't know. There's something about him that, like, to me, like Denzel was even fine to me in, what was that movie? In Antoine Fisher, when he was like a little Chucky.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at him waddling around in this little suit. And this little...
In the Book of Eli, too.
No. I mean, yes, but...
a little weird, but he still looked good to me in that movie.
I don't know. Because, you know, that's one of them dystopian ass, dirty ass, we ain't got no damn water, no damn food. We ain't bathed since, shit, fucking 2007 ass movies.
Yes.
You know, his lips is all... No. But I'm here for it. Denzel is another one that's been fine like all your life. I mean, yeah, now he's older. He's grandpa-ing. But I think...
Don't get me wrong, because when he clean up...
Right. I think for 62, he looks good.
He looks damn
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or the listeners. Shit, if Denzel knock on my door, I'm going to be like, I mean, I'm curious, so let's see what's what. You know? I mean, do you need to pop a blue pill? Like, what are we talking about here? Let's figure this out.
Does it work? Because if it works, we can go.
And he's another one. Now that I think about it, he's another one that has an attractive, angry face. Like, I'm thinking about how the facial expressions he made in The Equalizer.
Yeah,
I like him with the bald head too.
Yeah, me too.
But those facial
yes, he can go bald. He can go low cut Caesar. He can even give you bush, and he still looks good.
He still looks good. He can pull it all off. He's just a hand. And like I said, Denzel is one of them that's been fine my whole, like, literally. I remember being young and hearing women go up for how handsome he was. And I was young enough that I didn't understand what that shit meant. I just remember hearing it. My little gay ass, of course I heard all that and that stuck with me. But yeah, I'm here for it, you know. I mean, we don't age discriminate too bad. Like I said, I would be curious to see what's going on. Now, like you said, 10 20 years ago, Denzel. Listen. You can beat these walls down until they crumble. Down. Okay. Woo.
Okay, like Jericho, bring them all down.
Bring them out and bring them down. Okay, so my last choice is, people may not be as familiar with him, but he is too damn fine for me to not have him on this list, and that is Christian Keys.
Christian Keys, I don't know.
So go ahead and Google him and get your life. In the meantime, he's 42 years old, 6'3". He's from Detroit. He's light skinned. He has a big old cross tatted on his pec.
Oh yeah.
What
was he in?
So the first time I saw him, he was in Madea Goes to Jail, the play.
Yes, that is.
He plays Sonny.
Yes, it is.
Yes. And I'm not sure if I had seen him before that, but when I saw him in that play, I said, "Gee."
Everybody else.
Listen, I said, this is a fine ass man. He got the quote unquote good hair, which I don't really care about, but it looks good on him. You know, I'll give him that. I don't know if his mom was white or if he's mixed with anything. I just assume he was all black and just fair skinned. He was also in Saint and Sinners, or he's in that. I think that's a current running series. That's on Bounce TV. I'm not familiar with Bounce TV, but I follow him on Instagram, so I see him talk about that a lot.
That's some ghetto ass shit. I ain't watching Bounce.
Okay, well,
I can't even find that shit on my cable.
Yeah. He was also in Let's Stay Together, the BET series. I'm not sure who did. I don't know if that's a Tyler Perry thing or not. I don't think so, but I don't know.
I think so.
And
has Tyler Perry had things on BET? I don't feel like he has.
I don't know. I don't keep up with her.
Child.
And also, I just recently found out, because I'm a extremely casual Supernatural fan, but he also is on that. I think he has one of those every now and then recurring roles that he plays, Michael. I want to say,
is that show still on?
Yeah, Supernatural is still on.
I swear that got canceled, but
no,
okay.
I want to say they on like their 13th season. Like I don't think they're gonna cancel it until literally nobody watches, or they just don't want to do it no more. Like the lead actors don't want to do it no more. But listen, Christian Keys is,
Yeah,
like I said, he is tall, 6'3". He's tall, but it's his body, and
definitely.
I'm not religious, but I would definitely say some prayers on that cross. Okay,
Yes, God.
that hit.
Oh God, yes, he was in freaking Medea Goes to Jail. I remember that tattoo.
Yeah.
He came out of there.
When he came out of that
with no shirt
room,
on.
talking about, baby, where my shirt at? And she
Yes,
was down there
and-
being terrible ass trash. Like, bitch, you got this fine ass man who is working to put your ugly ass through school. All he asking you to do is where's his shirt and can he get some food because he got to go work a double shift at the motherfucking prison. And then anyway, we don't need to get into that.
Listen, because now you
trash
make me
ass.
pull that damn DVD out.
Oh, listen, I revisited that not too long ago, and I will do so again because, listen, Christian Keys.
Good music on that particular play.
Oh God,
He was damn sure fine as hell.
he was fine. Now he was trying to sing, and I don't know about that. But,
No, bless his heart.
But
Bless his heart.
outside of that, like that is a lap that I would gladly sit
Is he
in.
linked to LaToya Luckett?
I don't think so.
Okay, because when I did an image search, her picture came up with his picture. Not them together, but I'm just wondering, was they dating or something? They actually would look cute together.
Not that I know of, but you never know. They may have both been in something. Because he also does like a lot of those like cheesy romantic movies on like Hallmark and stuff like that. Like I think he just had one come out that might be Christmas themed. He does a lot of those too. And I'm like, shout out to you. Get work. Stay booked, my brother. Because I don't know if I'm gonna check out all the stuff that you're doing, but the stuff that I can, I'm here for. Because
there you go.
Listen, Christian Keys is so like that's the kind of fine that you give him head on the highway. All right, quickies in the bathroom. Let me tell you. So let me be extremely clear. He is like that's the kind of fine that you make sure that his upper lip stays moisturized. Do you understand what I'm saying to y'all? Okay. That is what I'm talking about. That is the kind of fine that you have to make sure you take care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the kind of fine that you know exactly when his car pulls up outside, whether you in the window or not.
That's the kind of fine that you get one of them tracking devices and you insert it in his neck while he sleep because you got to keep tabs. All right. You got to know where he at, who he with at all times.
No, wait a minute.
Pop up.
You didn't have to just tell me he got some FCC rule breaking dick, okay? God damn.
Child, listen.
He said you gonna cut this man's neck open and stick a tracking device in his shit.
You don't worry about what goes on in our home, okay?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I will mind my business.
Okay.
You are so right.
With that being said, I think that is going to wrap up the list. So this is going to be the last iteration of this for this year. I think I'm going to bring it back next year, probably after the 1 year mark, which I can't believe I'm this close to 1 year doing this podcast, but here I am. And I think I'm going to start switching it up a little bit. And maybe we'll start doing some themed type things.
Okay.
Like we'll keep it along a theme. Like, okay, this month we'll do athletes. This month we might do heavier set guys because it's some.
Yes, it is.
It's some extremely handsome,
fuckable,
husky men out there, and I want to highlight them too.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I almost said something real hoish. Anyway. And I think
it wouldn't be the first time this evening.
See, right now you're judging.
Okay.
All right.
I apologize.
We don't need the judgment. All right. This is a judgment-free zone, unless you say something stupid, Lance Gross. So, I think also that we might switch it up and do women. I'm very, very curious to see how I can incorporate that. I want to throw in some women and different things like that. So we'll see. I have some ideas that I'm formulating, but that'll be next year. This is it for 2017. So let's wrap up this episode with the queer query.
Question.
All right.
First question. If you could guest on any cooking or food show, which would it be and why? So I chose this question specifically because I know you cook. So I was just real curious to see what your answer would be on this one.
So my answer is The Kitchen. I hate this fucking show with every fiber of my being.
Hate it.
But I want to go on The Kitchen because I stand for Jeffrey Zakarian. I love him.
I like him.
Because he's such a diva. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been looking at that and I'm like, he don't really fit on this. Like he feels like he's better than that. You can
tell that they get on his fucking nerves.
Absolutely.
That's why I love watching it, because I love to see him be annoyed by Sonny Anderson's coon ass every single week. But I also want to go on there and get her together, because I don't know, she ain't got no real friends.
Yeah.
She can't possibly have real friends who care to tell her to get them wigs and then makeup the fuck together. So that's the only reason I would go on The Kitchen. But my dream would be to go on Chopped or beat Bobby Flay, but to be a judge, not to cook. I don't cook well under pressure. I would never want to go on any of those competition shows.
Okay, that's too much fucking pressure.
I definitely would want to go and eat that damn food, because they be cooking some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I would go on Brunch with Bobby. That's the show with Bobby Flay. He just like, all right, well, I'm gonna make some brunch for whoever's in my house, and
Bobby seems like a good time.
He be cooking down, and he usually has a cocktail to go along with the brunch.
An amazing fucking cocktail, not just a cocktail.
Oh, I mean, it's Bobby Flay, so anything gonna be amazing.
Exactly. But he just seems like a fun person to hang out with. He seems like he has a very dry sense of humor.
Yes.
And I love that shit.
Yes, I agree. So I definitely would go on there.
There is no pretense with Bobby Flay. It's like, this is who the fuck I am. Deal with it.
Right. Deal, bitch.
Yeah.
And also, just because I know I wouldn't have to do shit.
Right.
But show up and eat. So I definitely would be like, here's a special episode of Brunch with Bobby where you actually get to see my guests, and it's not just my daughter had a sleepover, so I'm cooking some elaborate ass French toast for these little girls. So it's nothing like that. Okay. Next question. What's your backyard barbecue or family reunion go-to song?
Definitely Got to Give It Up by Marvin Gaye.
I fucking love that song.
Yes.
I love that song. I've loved that song forever. And I didn't even know what it was called until I was in my like mid-20s.
Yep.
And I was like, what's this Marvin Gaye song? And I was like, that's the song, bitch, yes! So, yeah. I feel like you put that on and that's definitely going to get the backyard function going.
Definitely.
Properly.
You put that on and it just screams summertime backyard barbecue.
Absolutely. So my go-to song would be September by Earth, Wind & Fire.
Yes.
I feel like that is such an iconic song. That's one of those songs, when you hear the beginning of that song, everybody start getting up. Even Granny with her walker, she going to start tapping that foot or something. September by Earth, Wind & Fire is that. And I fucking love Earth, Wind & Fire. But that song is definitely, and that ain't even one of my favorite songs of theirs. No. But just for that particular mood, like when I hear September from Earth, Wind & Fire, I think barbecue hot dogs. I think baked beans. I think potato salad by the person who actually knows how to make it. I think shenanigans. I think kids running around. I think adults sitting around drinking drink.
And
cracking jokes. And I just think familial. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it gives
everything
me.
That just feels good about the summertime.
Absolutely. Summertime around people that you love.
Right. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Earth, Wind & Fire. My parents actually met at an Earth, Wind & Fire concert.
Work. And shout out to Philip Bailey and them high notes, because listen.
Yes, God. I grew up listening to that music. My mother, to this day, stands for Earth, Wind & Fire.
I feel like Earth, Wind & Fire was one of those, like, because I grew up for a part of my childhood with a bunch of my cousins. Like, we would all go to my aunt's house, and they had like a system. So everybody would drop their kids off at my aunt's house, and they would get us to school and get us back, and then our parents would come pick us up.
Yep.
And I feel like we used to ride around, and Earth, Wind, and Fire would be one of those groups, one of those musical acts when they songs would come on the radio, and the older family members, y'all don't know nothing about that. And we were like, yes, we do. And we'd call out what the song is, and they looking like, what y'all know about that? And like, as much as y'all play, you know what? Like Earth, Wind, and Fire and old school Marvin Gaye, all of that stuff reminds me of seeing the older people in the family drinking brown liquor and playing dominoes and shit getting out of control, tables getting flipped, because I don't know what it is with brown liquor and niggas playing dominoes.
Somebody getting cussed out.
Because I didn't really grow up in a card playing family, but when the dominoes come out, the kids knew, okay, it's gonna be funny for a little while, and then we need to go, because when shit get real and people start cheating or accusing people of cheating,
go put your shoes on.
Okay, like, well, we're gonna be upstairs playing Nintendo. Y'all figure this out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question: if you won a 5-minute shopping spree, where would it be to, and what's the first thing you're going after?
Now, is there a spending limit on this shopping spree?
No, it's just you. It's like those things where they're like, okay, you got 5 minutes with a cart, and you run around and pick whatever you want.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going up in the Zales or some jewelry store and getting all the diamonds. So when I walk up out of there...
Come on, Diamond Cluster Hustler.
Listen, I'm trying to be set for life. 5 minutes is all I need in a jewelry store. I can come up husky on all 5 minutes in the jewelry store.
Yes,
so
you can. And jewelry stores usually are not that big either.
Exactly.
You know what? I would have some preconditions though. I would be like, now when I go in this jewelry store, y'all have to take all of the glass panels off.
Definitely.
Because
don't have nothing in my way.
That's some shit where if you don't get into the details, they'll trick your ass. Everything will be locked behind glass and you can't do shit. And they be like, and you're not allowed to break the glass, and you be sitting.
I would be livid. So, then it's not even a shopping spree no more.
I'm just saying, you know how people are. So that's some shit you got to make sure you have to think about the details on that one. Be like, all the glass panels need to be removed. There can't be any security things attached to none of the jewelry. Like, you just got to think through the details on that one. So for me,
and it better not be the fake shit. See, now I don't even know.
Like I said, you gotta them details. Listen. So for me, it would definitely be an electronics store like Best Buy or something, and I'm going straight for the Apple products, bitch, because just like the jewelry will have you said, Apple shit, I'm going straight to the MacBooks. I'm tossing all them bitches in there. Give me all the iPads, all the motherfucking iPhones, the watches, and whatever the fuck else y'all sell. All that Apple shit, because them computers be like $2,500, $3,000 a pop, depending on which one you get.
I ain't never gonna have one. Unless somebody buys that shit for me or I win it, I am never gonna own a fucking MacBook. I'm sorry. Listen,
I had to. Anyway, it ain't about me. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would definitely go and stock up on the Apple shit, and because that's some resale for that ass. And Apple stock ain't doing nothing but going up.
Yes.
So that's exactly what I would do. I'm going right to Best Buy or whatever store that I know has an Apple section. I probably would do Best Buy because I know now Best Buy has an Apple section and they have like a Microsoft section too. So if there's enough time after I get done with the Apple section, I'll go grab some Microsoft shit too.
So you can get all the shit, not just go to the Apple store.
No, because the Apple store, they don't have that much stuff out. Like, because I feel like when you go to the Apple store to buy phones and laptops and stuff like that, they have to go get it out of the back.
Okay.
Like the stuff that they have out is little cheap stuff, like cases and chargers and all of that, like accessories, maybe some software. But for the like the high dollar stuff, the actual devices, they don't have that stuff just sitting out. It's in the back. They have to go get it. So I wouldn't do an Apple store because again, you got to think about I've been in an Apple store enough to know And I don't want the stuff that's been sitting out.
No,
That
and been touched by everybody and their
It's
mama.
not even that it's been touched, but it's just, that stuff is already set up a certain way and all that kind of stuff. Like, give me the shit fresh out the box, in boxes, so I don't even have to open it. But like, I got MacBooks for sale, bitch. I'll give you $200-$300 off, maybe $500, because I'm still turning a profit because the shit was free for me. That's what I would do.
You could get you a good couple TVs too. So yeah, Best Buy is the better place to go.
I mean, I thought about that, but I feel like a lot of people, they get caught up trying to get TVs, but TVs are big and they're bulky and they're hard to maneuver.
Child, you done thought this damn thing through.
Well, yes, I told you details. And so my thinking is, if I get a couple of MacBooks, if I get enough MacBooks, because I'm trying to get like 10 MacBooks, okay? And like 10 iPad. I'm just gonna sweep my hand across the whole fucking counter and
just knocking shit in the
and
cart.
put all that shit in the cart. By the time I unload 2 or 3 MacBooks, I can afford whatever TV that I was gonna get without struggling to get it in the cart and then go get other stuff. If there's enough time. And you know what? No, I wouldn't hit the Microsoft section. I would hit the Apple section, and if there's enough time, I would hit the video game section. Because that's another good place to go.
Yes.
Just be sweeping shit in the cart.
Some kind of goddamn console.
Yes.
Some kind of goddamn video game.
Absolutely. Okay. So obviously I've thought a lot about this. Ain't nobody doing it, but in a perfect world. So with that being said, that is going to wrap up this episode of Gayside Stories. We just talked about men the whole time, and hopefully y'all were as hot and bothered by our choices as we were, because Lord knows I damn near broke out a sweat talking about some of these men. Woo! So Sawngbyrd, please tell people where they can find you and tell them a little bit about your side hustle.
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sawngbyrd28, Snapchat too, and I have my own little business called Nikki's Table, and I sell my baked goods and elevated side dishes for people's parties and holiday gatherings and all that kind of stuff in the Philadelphia area. Unfortunately, I'm not shipping right now. Everybody always asks, but it's not that simple, especially when you're dealing with food. So if you're in Philly, Jersey, Delaware, tri-state area, let me know. You can look me up on Facebook at Nikki's Table and send me a message, or you can email me at nikkistable@gmail.com.
Work. And for me, you guys, GaysideStories.com is the hub for more information. As always, you can email me at GaysideStories@gmail.com if you have questions, concerns, if you have suggestions for the DASSA Man segment or suggestions for show topics. If you want to have me on your show, if you're interested in being on the show, all of that kind of stuff, the email is the best place to hit me up. Or if you DM me on the Gayside Stories Twitter, there's also a Gayside Stories Instagram and Facebook page. Like the Facebook page, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you have not already, tell your friends to subscribe. You could tell your mama, but I mean, if your mama is cool and she like that gay shit, then tell her to listen. She might enjoy it, have a good time. Shout out to Bree for letting her mama listen to the show.
So my mom can barely send a proper text message. So.
No, maybe not your mama, but your cousins, y'all, whoever. Just share the show with somebody that you think would enjoy it. If you are enjoying the show, then please take a few minutes to go to whatever app that you use to leave a rating and a review. You can do that most notably on Apple Podcasts, but it's not limited to Apple Podcasts. Check out the Sounds of the Stories playlist that is on the SoundCloud page. As always, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Like I said earlier, I'm coming up on a year very, very soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you for letting me.
This has been amazing. Like, I love this segment so much.
It's so much fun.
I just feel like it's going to get so much better with the themes and with the women throwing them in the mix. It's about to get lit. And as always, you guys, remember the lost commandment: thou shalt protect thy walls or they will crumble. However, if you come across any of these men on this list, let them walls get shook, all right?
Let them crumble.
Let them crumble.
And
we
let's
are out.
leave the crunchy wigs in 2017.
Oh, girl.
Let's not carry that into the new year.
And leave them goddamn colored contacts at the swap meet.
Oh.
Okay, that's enough ranting. Bye, y'all.
Bye.